Hello everyone and welcome to lesson number 4. This week I also made the first challenge that you can try to solve. You can find it in my channel. And I think that you are gonna like it because you will be able to create a small Java program which you could also use in real life. So back to today's lesson. Normally an instructor would go further, teach you about loops, statements and other new things. But I won't do that. I want you to feel ready to go on. I want you to believe that you understood everything so far. So let's jump into the world. Open up your Eclipse program. You can choose our previous lesson and now you will create a new one, a new Java project. We will name it lesson extra revision. Then I'm gonna click finish. Then here, right click new package, finish, and right click on the package. I will create a class. I will call it main. I will press this public static void main. I'm gonna press finish and we will walk here. So we're gonna start by printing a message. How do we do that? Of course, with system out print line. So we will write it down and we will write hello there. So don't forget the semicolon, then we can save and we can run it and see hello there. You have your console down here. And we will create and print a variable. So let's call it int, an integer, my variable equals 5, for example. And then system out print line, my variable. Then again, we will press the run after we save and we see the 5. So we're doing it right. So let's do some math with our variables. So we will create a new one, a new variable, int integer my calculation. So 10, for example, plus 8 plus 5 multiplicated with 4 and then the semicolon. So important, really important, the spaces between the characters they don't matter, but try to write a clean code. We will talk later on how to do that. Only for this example I will show you that here. I will save it, press run. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot the system out print line. My calculation. Then I will save again. I will press the run button and it works. So 10 plus 8 plus 4 multiplied with 5. So as you can see, these spaces here doesn't matter. But as I said before, try to keep your code clean. It will help you and the other developers. So now further, how can two variables interact with each other? So we will create int, an integer, my total, my calculation plus my variable. Plus my variable. As you can see, I took this variable here, and then I added this variable here. So let's see it happen. My total, save and run. So it works. So now we can abstract them. How can we do that? We will create another my other, for example, variable. And what would you write here? Of course, you would write my calculation minus my variable. And then what you do need is a system out print line, my other variable. So let's see it happen. And it works. You have here this my calculation, what we did take here, and that's the 38 minus my variable, that's 5. So 38 minus 5, 33. It works like it should work. So let's see how variables interact with numbers. We will create again another variable, my result, for example, my. And we will say, you can say number 100 minus my calculation. So what do we do here? Can you really tell it? We do 100 minus 38. So what should we take if we do our system out print line? Can you guess? Try to guess it. So 62 plus 38, 100. So it is still working. Later on, now we will work with doubles. We're working with doubles. Can you remember what are the doubles? The doubles are data types, decimal data types. So we will create double, my double equals 5D, because usually we add the D character after a double, or we write 5.000. So like that, 5.0. But we will stick with a D. And then we will write another, we'll create another variable, double, my second double, so 3D. And now we will create another double, so double total equals my double or divided by my second double. So then we will create a system out print line, and we will take the double total value, and now we should see 1.666666667, because as we said, doubles are decimal numbers. You won't get a whole number like with integers. So let's see something else. Double this example equals 5 divided by 3. What did I do here? I didn't write 5D or 3D or 5.0 or 3.0. So actually what I'm doing here, I tell the compiler this variable is a double, and I will assign in this variable two integers. So let's see what will we take. I forgot something. This example. So save and then run. 1.0. You know why? Because it's an integer. Because the compiler thinks that, okay, it's now an integer. Let's see something else now. Double this second example. And then we will write double inside of the parentheses and 5 divided by 3. And then the system out print line this second example. So you see here 1.6666667. Why? I force it to get a double result. We will talk about this in detail later on this course. Same can be done for other data types, but just keep in mind that if we put the double or any other data type in parentheses before our calculation, then we force it to take this data type as a result. So let's see, how can we make it to take a double result? So double this third example is 5.0 to divided by 3.0. So this third example, save. Yes, it works. So let's do another one. Double this fourth example equals 5 to divided by 3.0. So this fourth example, then we will press save, and we will get again the decimal number. So it works, and it's the same if you do that here. Save. You see? It's the same if you write the first or the second number as a decimal number, you will take a result as a decimal number. Your result will be a decimal number. So let's see our unique codes. Unique code revision. For the unique codes, you can see our previous lessons. I did provide you with a link that you go to a page and you can see every unique code. So data type is char from character, my special character. So be careful here. The single code, we use the single code, not the double quotes, and then we write the backslash, not the slash, the backslash, u, small u, and then, for example, this one. You can find, again, these unique codes in the page that I provided you some lessons ago. So, my special character, save, and then we run it. You see the special character here. This is the C from copyrights. So we also talked about string. What string? String is a class. We will talk about it later. But what we do here is we use string as a data type. So string my text, for example, and we will assign it a value of this is happening So then we will create another one, another variable string my second text equals now. And then we will create another one, my third text, and we will give it a value of now, but this time I will press the space and then the now. So be careful what I did here. Here I don't have any space. Here by the second text I don't have a space either, but here by my third text I do have a space before the now word. So let's make now another variable string first and second, because I will use the first and the second. So we have my text, my text plus my second text, semicolon. And then we will take the string first and third. So my text is the first one plus my third text is the third. So now let's see what happens. We will write our system out print line first and second. Let's see what happens if we unite these two. This is happening now, but be careful, we united two strings and we don't have a space between the two strings, because our first string is this sentence here and it stops here with G, and our second string starts with N. So when we unite them, they go together, happening now. But if we call the first and third, then you can see that we have a space here. Why? Because I did give it a space here. So keep in mind, if you want to unite 2, 3, 4 or more strings in a sentence, then you should either put a space before the word or after the word. So like here, this would also work. Let's see it happening. See now, here we have one space, here we have two spaces. So this was it, and now we can see we can create an integer, my number, and we will give it a value of 5. We will create another integer, my second number, and we will give it a value of 10. And now we will create a string with data type string, my string, and we will give it a value of 5. Be careful with strings, you always use this double semicolons, the double quotes, excuse me. What you write, because it's plain text, you put it inside these double quotes. So actually 5 is plain text here. And what happens if we want to add these numbers? So let's make a variable. Don't forget to make variables, guys. So integer normal calculation equals my number plus my second number, semicolon. And then we will unite string fake calculation equals my number plus my string. Now, let's see what happens. System out print line, normal calculation. In normal calculation, we have my number and my second number. My number is 5, my second number is 10, and these two are integers, whole numbers. So 5 plus 10. So we took the right result. And then we can see, we can try it with this fake calculation. We save it and we take, what is that? Why do we take such a huge number? Now be careful. What you take back here is an integer, a 5, and then you add this plain text, this 5. That's why you take 55. So remember what we told earlier. If we put a space here, our result will be 5 space 5. But if we put a space here before the 10, our result will still be 15. Do you know why? Because, as we said, here in Java, this space doesn't affect the result. But when you are in these double quotes, in strings, it does affect the result. You can see it here. So, let's put it back in place. And so that's right. So, we are in 22 minutes. I do have some more things for you, but I don't want to make huge videos so that you won't get tired. Try to do a small revision and see what we did today, and then I will create another video. It will be much smaller with a revision in operators, and we will create a small program. We will play a little bit, and then don't forget, I also created your first challenge this week. You can try to solve it. I also provide you the solution in the same video, but it's really fun. You should try it. So thank you all for watching, and I wish you a pleasant evening or the rest of your day. Thank you.